the Book of Wellbeing podcast, a place to help you to understand, manage, and improve your mental health and well-being, where you will find the knowledge, guidance, and tools you need to improve your life, and where you can build your own wellbeing toolkit to take with you. We live in a world and a society where we're always looking for more. We don't have enough. We tend to focus on what we don't have more than what we do have. We're always searching and waiting for that more to make us happy, to fulfill our needs, and to make us feel like we're enough and our lives are enough. We look around us at people we know or people we don't, fairy tale pictures on social media, and give so much attention to things they have that we don't. Our own attention and thoughts make us feel inadequate. But this is our own illusion. If we think back to the fact or opinion skill I introduced in an earlier episode and put it into practice here, let's think about a house. So someone has a different house to us. We'll usually add our own descriptive words in our story. So rather than, for example, Sarah has a house, it's different to mine, we'll think something like, Sarah has that huge perfect dream house. It's so clean and expensive. I wish I had it. It's so unfair that they do and I don't. If we separate the facts from the opinions here, we find that Sarah has a house, it's different to mine, are the only facts. The rest is our own opinion and our perception. But the way we phrase and build pictures of our opinions and perceptions in our own mind has us feeling inadequate. We don't have enough of this, we don't have enough of that. Before we compare and complain about not having the house, remember that somewhere someone doesn't have one at all. What we're doing when we are not being grateful is we're looking at our glass as half empty rather than half full. A lot of the inadequacies or insufficiencies aren't reality, it's just the way we're looking at it. We need to start reprogramming our mind to see all that we already have. Because in many areas we're rich, we just don't see it like that, because our mind has been conditioned to focus on what we think we lack. If you're listening to this podcast, then you have a smartphone or a computer, a tool to connect with others. You also had the money to buy that phone or computer. And you also have a safe space where you use electric to charge it, which means you have a roof over your head. You have the ability to hear sound, and you also have the ability to know that you want to and can improve your well-being because you're listening to a well-being podcast, and so on. So if we open a new door in our minds to go and search for the things that we're grateful for, we uncover more and more as we go on, until our life is full of things to be grateful for, and we begin to see it like this the more we do it. Gratitude is an extremely powerful tool which has the ability to change our full perspective on life. As long as we're open and willing to experience and practice gratitude, it can change our life. Once you put your mind to it, it becomes easy. It's free, almost effortless, and can be done anywhere and anytime. Some of the benefits of gratitude are that it makes us feel happier. It gives us a more positive perspective. It increases and strengthens positive emotions. It makes us optimistic, reduces the need to seek contentment and happiness through material things. It increases our self-esteem, helps us to relax, improves relationships, and it improves our resilience. On the whole, it improves our quality of life, and the list is endless. Each and every one of us has the ability to cultivate gratitude and to make it part of our everyday life. And once we do, our lives will immediately feel fuller, lighter, and freer. Once we open that door in our mind to looking for things that we're grateful for, things start to spill out, and we notice more and more things that we need to be grateful for. Sometimes if we're not in the best mood or we're feeling quite down and the glass is quite half empty in the way we're looking at things, we do need to dig a bit deeper. It can be harder to see things to be grateful for, but do dig deeper, keep looking. Gratitude can be absolutely anything, from the feet you have to walk with or the hands you use the air that you breathe, the people around you, the ability to talk and communicate with others, daylight, the sun, nature, warmth, safety, anything at all. The more you open that door and start to see things to be grateful for, the more things will come that you'll realise there's so much more than you thought in the beginning to be grateful about. As with anything that we're trying to change to improve our life, our well-being, our mental health, we need to make this a new habit. So although practicing gratitude on one occasion will instantly change your frame of mind and it will help, it needs to become a daily habit, something that you do regularly to see the full benefits. So every opportunity you get, when you notice that your thoughts are running away with themselves, you're ruminating, when you're doing the dishes, when you wake up in the morning, practice gratitude and keep doing it until it becomes a habit. Until every time you get those negative thoughts about inadequacies or things that are going wrong, it becomes really easy, like second nature, to go straight to gratitude. So keep practicing. And along with practicing identifying the things that we can be grateful for, what we need to do next is we need to spend our time thinking about those things. So, yes, we can go through a list of all of the things around us that we're grateful for, but it's much more effective if we spend our time and really think and feel the feeling of being grateful, of gratitude towards that one thing, and spend your time on each one that you identify. It'll be much more effective. For this week's toolkit around gratitude, the first one is to have a notebook by your bed, and every morning and every night identify 3 things to be grateful for. So when you first wake up in the morning, you spend a minute or two just thinking about 3 things that you are grateful for that day and write them down. Leave the book where it is. Then when you go to bed on a night, you do the same thing again. You write 3 things that you've been grateful for that day. What this does is when you practice it first thing in the morning, it will help you to have a positive outlook on your day. And remember, when we talked about thoughts, a lot of the thoughts we have are repetition from the day before. A huge chunk of them we've already thought about. So practicing gratitude in the morning will help us to think about new thoughts. We'll start our day clearer with new things to think about. And then when we do this on a night, it helps us to reflect on the day we've had and to think about things that we've had to be grateful for that day. To remind us before we go to sleep that some good things have happened, even that we got out of bed. It could be anything. Practicing gratitude on a night also helps you to relax and can improve sleep. So 3 things in the morning, 3 things on an evening, every day. The second tool I think to think about when we are practicing gratitude is to show a random act of kindness to somebody else. So by doing this, we are being grateful for that person, but also we are reflecting that gratitude back onto us. Because when we give something, it doesn't have to be anything to do with money. It could be a compliment. It could be you help somebody with something that they need done. It could be that you bake something for them. Practicing an act of kindness towards somebody else will reflect gratitude back onto you and will help you to feel better. And that's it for this week's episode, The Power of Gratitude. Good luck practicing and enjoy seeing the benefits. Don't forget to follow the Instagram and Facebook pages at The Book of Wellbeing and subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. Have a nice week.